What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Batter's Eye. Today, we have another 2023 draft prospect. He's a stud. You guys probably know him from content with Dan. He was on a podcast there. He was featured at some of the area code stuff. But, take a second, introduce yourself, and let us know what you're about.
I'm Charlee Soto. I'm a 2023 right-handed pitcher out of Kissimmee, Florida, and I'm here. I just want to thank Aiden and Max, for having me on the show.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. So let's get right into it. So throwing in the mid to upper 90s, obviously. So can you just tell us how you accomplished that, like your velo progression and like some workouts you did to get your velo up that high?
Yeah, so last summer I was probably like 88, 89, maybe topping a 90 here and there. And then September, October came around and I got in the gym. I did a lot of like split squats, just working a lot on my lower half. And then December, I went to a perfect game showcase. I popped the 96. And then obviously the work wasn't going to stop there. So, I kept working throughout the spring of last spring. Going into the summer, I had a goal in mind. It was either 98, 99. I ended up getting 98, and the hard work pays off. So I would say for me, a lot of explosiveness. Like I don't like going like 400, 500 pounds like I see most of these guys doing. So I like keeping it short and simple, doing a lot of explosive stuff like box jumps and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I saw the clip of you topped out at 98. That's great. But what was it in your head like hitting 98, hitting 96, like jumping up in such a short time from summer to December? That's a 6-month jump, and
Yeah.
jumping up and for those of you guys who don't really know what it's like to throw that hard, jumping 88 and 89 as a junior in the summer, it's still pretty hard. Jumping from there to throwing 96 is insane. So what was that feeling like when you topped that out, and what was it like hitting that number?
So I mean, hitting 98, I was kind of like at first I was like kind of shocked because like I didn't think I was gonna get it. I mean, I was out there in the hot. It was like 90 something degrees outside with playing in turf, so my feet were even hotter, and I felt like I rushed my warm up, so I was like, damn, my velo isn't gonna be there today. My first inning went, I would think I was like 96, 98 through the first two innings, and then I was like 95 to 96 the third inning. And like I didn't really think much of the velo because I was out there. It was like three innings, like one hit, and I was like, oh, I did good. I didn't really care about the velo at that point. And then I went to go grab a water from my brother who was out there, and one of the perfect game dudes comes up to me. He's like, dude, you just top 98. And I was like, there's no way I top 98 because I didn't feel it. There's sometimes where you go out there, you're throwing hard, but you kind of just don't feel it. And I just didn't feel it. And he told me I threw it, and I was like shocked. But I see that I was looking back, and all the work that I put in was finally paying off. So,
Yeah.
Do you have any goal? Like, are you trying to hit 100 by the end of the year?
100%.
The season?
I'm going for 100. I mean, my first start is next week. I feel like I won't get it next my first start, but I feel like the second, third start, I feel like I'll definitely get 100.
Your season starts that early?
Yeah, bro. We start super early over here. Super early.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I mean, what's the competition like down there?
I mean, we got IMG. We got schools like Montverde, Elite Squad Academy, where Daniel Couve is at, another PGL American. We play Haggerty, where Garrett Bauman is at. So I mean, the competition here is like limitless. I mean, there's schools everywhere. You're gonna go out there and compete all the time. It's not like it's like states like I don't know, like Kansas or something. You're not gonna really find competition out here. Like over here in Florida, the competition is different.
Yeah. Ready for
I
that
mean,
IMG game?
What's up?
Ready for that IMG start?
100%, 100%.
They getting shut out?
That's the goal, but I don't want to get too cocky.
All right, fair. I'm trying to start something for when Cam comes on, and I'll be like, "Yo, Charlie said they gonna shut you out. Like, what's your response?" Something like that.
Yeah.
Like I text my boy Zion out there.
Zion, yeah.
Zion or Noah. Yeah, that team is stacked too. Wow.
Yeah, no, they're stacked.
That's gonna be fun. I might have to figure out a way to watch that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, like, this is not it's a little off topic, but every time I go to Florida and go to a baseball game, sometimes I like watching like the college, the local high school games around there. There's always like beware of alligator signs in the parking lot. I just find that crazy. Like so, I go to some of these games and there's like a lake in the middle of the parking lot next to the field, and there's
Yeah.
alligators swimming around. Like I don't know, there's something crazy about that because, like I mentioned this before in a previous episode, the fields down here it's so much different than down in Florida.
Yeah.
Like here you
Yeah.
have like city skyline in the back. Like I used to play at fields with like the Freedom Tower literally in the background of the field, and then I go
Mhm.
down to Florida and it's like alligators roaming around the parking lot. It's just
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. No, you don't see any of that skyline stuff here in Florida. It's alligators. You'll find some snakes here and then. It's just crazy. Like you'll down here, you'll play with like one time I had a game and there was a dog running across the field and stuff. I was like, bro, what's going on? It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And that doesn't happen in New York. You just see pigeons. You get some pigeons running, flying through the field, but like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really compare.
It doesn't at all. No.
No. So, next question that I want to ask, like, what's like the draft process been like? And then also a couple of the commitment process into it too, because both of them are huge things especially for
Yeah.
But like, I guess if you want to go commitment process first and then tie that into what the draft process has somewhat been starting, like, what's that like for you?
Yeah. So I mean, my commitment process it wasn't really long because I mean, when I committed, I was only talking to about 3, 4 schools, and because I wasn't one of those top ranked guys that all the colleges were looking at, I was just like an average player when I committed. And I mean, USF and Florida Gulf Coast and UCF were my 3 offers. I ended up choosing UCF because it was kind of close to home. It just felt like a good environment. It's a big school, but I feel like it was just the best fit for me. And like for anyone watching this that's gonna watch this, don't rush your the process. I mean, because the schools if they like you, they will contact you whenever they want. It's like because if you rush it, you're just gonna choose a school that you thought you liked, but in the end of the day, you're not gonna end up liking it.
Mm-hmm.
And for the draft process, it's been stressful because I mean all those draft prospect links and stuff that they send you, all those questionnaires and stuff. It's like it takes like hour 45, hour 30 minutes to finish, and it's like it's so stressful. And then all the meetings, and then, but I mean it's been going good. You know what I mean? I mean I'm just grateful that all the teams have like kept an eye on me and stuff. Coming to watch my bullpens or coming to watch my workouts or something like that. And I mean it's going good. So I mean this spring they're gonna come watch me, and I'm just gonna go out there and dominate.
Yeah.
I like to hear it.
Yeah. So projecting in the first round. Uh, so do you have, if you're allowed to talk about this, do you have any like preference on like what you want to do this year? If you get drafted in the first round, are there thoughts of maybe ending up like playing at UCF or just going straight to the minors?
I mean, it kind of all depends. I mean, whatever route you take, it's gonna be a great route. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going to school, and there's also nothing wrong with getting drafted out of high school. I mean, every kid's dream is to get drafted out of high school, but I mean, I just kind of go out there. I just want to have fun. I won't even think about that right now. But I mean, if I go to school, if I go to school, I go to school. If I get drafted, and I get drafted. But either way, I'm gonna go out there and compete the same way.
Mm-hmm. And do you have? I mean, I know, like before we started, you say you didn't have a favorite team, but is there a team that you want to get drafted to, maybe because you know how good the pitching development is, or something like that? You have a preference?
I really don't, man. I mean, I've talked to most of the teams, and they all seem really really interesting, and it's just like whatever team I go to, I feel like I'll develop like really well, and I'll maybe one day end up in the major leagues with them.
Yeah. No, definitely. I know. Obviously it's the player, and then the coaching staff is great, but it's also secondary.
Yeah,
As good as you work,
yeah,
you are, and then that'll take you where you need to get to.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there's one more question I want to ask you before we get into rapid fire, which is a lot of people's favorite topics on this show.
I'm ready for it.
So obviously you were out in like area code and PG National and all these events throughout the summer.
Yeah.
So I guess I have two questions that kind of bounce off each other. One, what was your favorite event? And then two, we'll go with like what was the schedule like for you? Like you thought it was stressful, like what was it fun? Like what was your biggest takeaway from going down there and playing events all summer long?
Yeah, so for my favorite event, it's kind of the mix between two of them. It was probably PDP out in North Carolina or PG All American because I mean just playing in Chase Field. I mean, all the gear we got, it was crazy. I mean, and then I was out there with a kid from Japan, I believe he was, and we were talking to his translator, and it was just cool, just to getting to know like his heritage and where he comes from. So it was pretty cool. And then USA, I mean, representing the country, wearing the USA across our chest. So it was they were both kind of great events that I liked equally.
Hmm. Yeah, and then like the schedule, how was it for you? You think it was stressful? You thought it was fun? Like, what was that like?
It was a bit of both. It was a bit stressful and a bit fun because I've never done all this traveling before. So I mean, doing it was definitely a great experience. Going from East Coast Pro to area code to over here to over there. It was fun, but it wore my body out for sure. Towards the end of the summer, I mean, my body was worn down. I felt like my arm was just hanging like that off my body. But I mean, it's gonna in professional that's gonna happen. You're gonna be traveling a lot, and it's worse. It's in buses. At least I was taking flights. So I mean, I feel like it got me mentally ready for the pro level.
Hmm. Yeah. Now, so here's how I'm gonna start rapid fire.
All
Uh,
right.
so my boy Dan had you out there for his show at Area Code, and he had you mic'd up for a little bit. What what was one thing that you like doing at Dan's show, but something that we do better? Let's throw shots down.
Uh, the rapid fire. Dan didn't give me no rapid fires. The rapid fire. There it is.
Rapid fire. Now, shout out Dan. I love Dan.
Yeah, he's
Like if
he's
you're gonna
cool. He's
watch
really
this and
cool.
you're gonna be like, yo, why are you taking shots at me? I'm not.
Yeah, he's
I
cool. He's
love
cool.
I love Dan. Dan's done everything for me. But
Yeah,
I had to throw some friendly fire in.
yeah.
Max, you got a rapid fire?
Yeah. So you said you didn't really have a favorite team, but any players you model your game off of, or pitchers that you look up to?
Jacob Degrom, easy,
Why?
100%. Because when he's up there, he just looks effortless, and he's effortlessly throwing 102, 101 on the corners, and then his off speed is just gross. So every time I watch him, it's just so satisfying because he looks like he's 50%, but he's out there throwing cheese.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely agree with you on that one. Now,
Yeah,
ooh, all right. I got it's like two questions, but like it could be the same answer.
yeah.
Who's the best hitter in the class that you faced? And then who's the most fun hitter in this class that you like to pitch against? Like who you like to pitch against the most?
For the first one is Eric Batanti. He's probably the toughest hitter, the toughest at bats I had all year. I faced him like 4 times. I think he got a triple off me at trials in Fort Myers, and then I broke his bat one time. I think another time it was a ground ball to third. It was an error, but he was definitely the toughest hitter because he's big. I mean, he's like 6'6", like, and he covers the whole plate. And then the funnest hitter was probably Aiden Miller, just because me and him we kind of connected really quick over the summer. So I mean, facing him in LA was fun, and I got him a broken bat ground out to second base. But he was cool. He's a good guy as well.
Ooh, I like that answer. Haven't heard any Aiden Miller answers from anyone. If from
Yeah,
anything I've asked, he's really underrated, dude.
yeah,
He's like the fourth
he's
ranked
good.
guy, and he gets like not that much hype from a lot of baseball
No,
guys.
he really doesn't. He really doesn't. He's good. He's good.
Give that boy Aiden more hype. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say Walker.
I didn't face Walker.
Ooh. All
I didn't
right.
have because at PDP he was on my team, which was light blue, and he ended up getting injured at PDP. So I didn't. I mean,
Yeah,
I seen him the rest of the summer, but All American he was on my team as well. He didn't do area code. East
yeah,
Coast Pro we didn't play against his team, so I didn't get to face him all summer.
that's wow.
I'm glad I didn't. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and then Clark was on red. You face him.
I didn't. I faced him at area code. I got him to fly out to right.
That's my guy too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta ask some questions for some.
yeah,
When I hit him up, like, yo, what happened when you faced Soto?
yeah.
Nah,
Nah, he was definitely. It was like he's like the Grom, but the hitter version of the Grom. Like he looked relaxed in the box. Like he didn't look like he was pressuring himself or anything. So it was like I was looking at his face while I was on the mound, and I was like, dang, this dude like he doesn't look pressured at all. So I was getting nervous myself.
yeah, no, I like even just like in general. Like, I see it in baseball when the guy's locked in like that. Like, oh, you know it's
Yeah,
over. Like
yeah, and
he's a stud.
yeah, and he went crazy at area code. I mean, I think he went like 5 for 5 one game. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he hit like something ridiculous. He had a crazy stat line at area code. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was stupid.
Yeah.
All right. So next rapid fire question: how about besides your fastball, your go-to secondary pitch, and on top of that, like a secondary pitch that you would like love to perfect? Like maybe one
Probably
that you don't know how to throw yet, but
my slider probably. My slider is developed over this fall, but I mean it's still not where I want it to be because my changeup I feel like my changeup is gross. I feel like there's no need to change that. With my slider, I kind of changed the grip on it a little bit, and I feel like that's still a pitch that's still developing, but it's gotten way better from the summer.
Mm-hmm. So what's the
Trying to get.
pitch mix?
I got a 3-pitch mix actually.
So fastball, changeup, slider.
Fastball, changeup, slider, but my fastball it gets. I don't know if you've seen videos, but it gets synced to it, so
Yeah.
I kind of use it as a 4-seam and a sinker.
Yeah. And you control where you want when you want sync on it. Like you could
Yeah. Literally, it's all about wrist placement. If my fingers are pointing straight up, then that's gonna be a flat fastball. If I move it like this a tiny bit and they're sideways, it's gonna be a sinker. And I can control that whenever I want.
That's a skill.
Yeah, it is.
That's
It's
a crazy
tough.
skill.
It's definitely tough to learn. It's definitely tough, but I mean, I got it down.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to think of one more rapid fire question before we wrap it up. I know. Ooh, let me think of something.
I mean, it's supposed to be rapid fire.
Trying to think of something I haven't asked. Actually, you know what? Whatever. We talked about this a little bit before, like when you messaged me. But favorite type of media to consume, like for you,
What
like,
was it?
what?
The third
Yeah,
type of
what
what?
kind of media do you like to consume? Like books, like movies, podcasts, TV. Like what's that stuff?
I used to watch a podcast with my brother. It was called Baseball is Dead. That one was fire. It was fire. I think it had like I forgot his name, but he threw like a perfect game on Mother's Day or something. I'm trying to remember his name. I don't remember his name, but that was fire. And then movies, I like watching a lot of Avengers. I'm a big Avenger guy.
Okay, that was a question I haven't asked yet, so I like that. Was it? Dallas Braden.
Yeah, Dallas Braden, that's his name. That's his
Right.
name. Yeah, I love his
Look it
podcast.
up.
Those podcasts are fire.
That's sick. Yeah. All right. He's still doing it or no?
Yeah, he still does it.
Got to check him out. Maybe have him on.
Yeah.
Figure that out. I'll get him on. Max, you have any rapid fire questions left before we wrap up? Let's go.
All right, this one's kind of stupid, but go to post game meal.
Ooh.
Post game, like after the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can do
Chick-fil-A.
pregame after.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
100%. I love
What happens if it's
Chick-fil-A.
on a Sunday? What happens if you're playing on Sunday?
If it's on a Sunday, you got me there. I'll probably go to Zaxby's. 100%. I don't know if you guys have that up there, but down here
That's
it's
a
great.
southern thing.
Yeah, no, Zaxby. It's like a Cane's, but like not as good as Cane's.
No, we don't even have Canes down here.
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
have Cane's over here. It's always out west and stuff. But they're making one in like South Florida. But I'm not gonna drive to South Florida to get Cane's.
All right. You guys Zaxby's. It's all good.
Yeah,
You're a chicken guy.
yeah, 100%. I love chicken.
Oh, Waffle House.
Ooh.
Waffle House. I've actually never had Waffle House.
Really?
Wow.
I've never had Waffle House. I'm always at either like Denny's or IHOP. But Waffle House, I've never had a Waffle House.
IHOP is like the
IHOP is gas.
IHOP is like the classic like team dinner like either the day before a game or after a game. Like IHOP is that place.
Yeah, IHOP is gas. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of them. Like Applebee's is like one of those places too.
Yeah.
Applebee's is the go-to team post game meal.
Yeah.
Applebee's.
Or Ale House. I don't know if you guys have Ale House up there. That's also a go-to.
No, we don't. But
No?
out
Dang.
here, I don't know. For us, it's like IHOP, Applebee's, or B-Dubs.
Or Chick-fil-A. I mean, not Chick-fil-A. Chipotle. Chipotle's
Oh,
gas.
Yeah, Chipotle's
Chipotle's
good,
gas.
but like the thing with Chipotle is like it's like the one that's not like a restaurant. Like Chick-fil-A's not really a restaurant either, but like
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Well, like these Manhattan Chipotle prices, $14 for a steak bowl. I don't know anymore about that. It's crazy.
Yeah,
no, the
I
prices
get
are
it.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not getting $14 steak bowls anymore.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
All of that just to like they act like they get paid about how much they give you. They give you like 5 bites.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's a
no,
good time out of their
It's
paycheck.
ridiculous.
I like Chipotle though, so I don't want to start like going crazy on.
No, it's always gas.
Chipotle is so good. All right, actually, I got one more. Favorite artist?
Shoot. Ah, I gotta go, little baby. I gotta go, little baby.
All right, I respect it. That's like another like down south like Atlanta, Florida, like a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah,
respect
yeah.
the baby.
I
Yeah,
want to
on
say
top
Rod
of
Wave,
oh
but like I don't know. It was like debatable.
All right,
yeah, so going off of that, like walkout song from the bullpen,
smart.
Oof.
from the pen
It's actually
specifically.
it's actually unreleased. So it's called Hot Boy by Lil Baby and Nardo Wick. It's unreleased though.
Okay, so that means we could play it without getting copyrighted. So I mean,
Exactly.
so I'll put it like at the end. I'll put some highlights at the end and like put that over it. Bet
Yeah, that's fire.
you gave me a good idea.
Yeah, I got you. It's
Yeah,
unreleased, so it works out perfectly.
yeah, that's perfect. So all right, so that's what we got for the episode. I know it's like a quick one, but like this was
But
perfect.
it was solid. Yeah, it was
It was
solid.
solid. Yeah, it was solid. Dan, you got some competition. Yeah. Thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it. We'll have you back on. I'll be out, I'll be out at the draft. I'll be out at some events, draft
Sounds
combine,
good.
draft. We'll link up.
Draft Combine, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm out there. I'm not sure yet, but I'm working on it.
Definitely. Just let me
yeah.
know if you do end up going.
Oh, for sure. I will. I'll text you. I'll be around in Florida at some point, hopefully. I'm not sure when, but hopefully like during the spring, maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out. I'll get it down. We'll link up. If not, even after the draft, we'll do
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Any last words you
Definitely.
got? Some advice, something?
Some advice. I mean, just there's gonna be a lot of haters out there. There's gonna be a lot of haters. Like I'm gonna say something. I left my sophomore year. I left the school that I was at, which was Central Point Christian Academy, and I was friends. I was friends with all the baseball players, and I left, and they started talking behind my back. They said I was overrated. They said I was this, I was that, and it only pushed me to want to work better because I didn't want to be a guy that they called overrated. You know what I mean? So I just kind of kept working, and I just kind of I shut their mouths basically. So just keep working, and there's gonna be a lot of haters.
Good advice. Yeah.
Yeah,
I stand by that too. Max?
100%. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's great. Thanks a lot for coming on. It was great talking to you.
of course. Thank you guys.
Thank you, man.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.